Hey there, it is OG Mumbling Nick. For those who do not know me, I have a political show in the Dabbleverse called Dabbling in Politics, which I do on this channel every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my co host, Liquid Cryptid. And I do a secondary show called I Will Try My Best, which is basically just non political stuff, but talking about whatever. But this is sort of, I do this every so often. I actually did something like this last night, like 3 in the morning. Really, this is 2 in the morning now. So similar thing where I'll do like a it's more like, this is something I would post as a video instead of going live, but fuck it, I'll just go live. We'll do it live, and then so it's up right away. But this is more of a response to somebody, and I am hoping, if I'm not blocked, I am hoping to, when I finish, just attach this to a post. Basically, today, I was sent a screenshot of a post somebody made on their YouTube channel. I'll actually just put it up right now. The YouTube channel is Rock Talk Live, which is run by Cut of the Jib, and I believe Nimrod or 2K is his partner there. But I think I could be wrong. This part I'm not sure of, but I think it's Jib's channel, and they work on it together or whatever. But um, just so people are aware, Jib is on the right. I am on the left, but I've never had an issue with Jib. And this is how I found out Jib has an issue with me, instead of I don't know, saying something to my face or whatever, like a man. This is what gets sent to me. I will read it, and then I will address like what he said, what happened, what I did today, and everything. I'm basically making this video to respond to this post, and Jim and I did briefly talk on a stream today on New Girl's channel, but unfortunately, so I just finished work, but I hadn't left yet. I had the long ride home, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity, so I tried logging on from work, and all I have at work is the cheap, like, McDonald's fucking headset they give us for like Zoom meetings and shit. And right when I came on, Jib left to go whatever he does, Uber Eats or whatever. Jib, if I was an asshole, I would imply that you left on purpose because the timing was fucking crazy. But I do believe you. I'm a working class Joe myself, man. You got to make that money. And so he had internet connection issues or whatever when he was in the car. I had mic issues, so people could fucking barely hear me. We were able to briefly talk, but New Girl kind of shut it down because it started to get like, deeper in the politics, and that's not what she wants on her show, which I 100% understand. Jib understood, and we actually both apologized. But so now I'll just address it here, and if Jib fucking ever wants to, whatever, address it on a stream, I'd be more than happy to. But anyway, I will read what Jib posted on his Rock Talk Live channel. So he put, "For now, we are not gonna have new episodes of Liberal Karens Gone Wild, and let me explain why." So I guess one of the shows they have on this channel is making fun of liberal Karens or something. Um, he put, "For obvious reasons, we didn't go on Wednesday, and that would be the Charlie Kirk assassination. There was also a school shooting that day, but I believe it's just the Charlie Kirk thing. But I was thinking to myself, the thing we are starting to see is that these people are not something to laugh at. They are evil." I guess he's talking about the left in general. Even though when he posted this, the shooter had not been captured. And even now, it looks like the shooter might be more of a fucking Nick Fuentes fucking type which was one of my theories when we finally found out that it was someone locally in Utah, because I can't imagine there's too many fucking liberals in Utah. Um, but there are a lot of real conservatives there, and this one seemed to live online and in these message boards and was raised in a 100% uh, Republican family and big gun nut and all that stuff. So, um, I'll still wait before I put my final judgment. But to me, I don't think he's a liberal. And even if he was or is, um, that has nothing to do. This whole fucking liberals are fucking violent. This narrative they're going with is crazy. It's these things are committed by liberals, conservatives, and centrists. You know, it's actually committed more by right wingers, but I'm not even going to push on that. Because it's that shit to me is not the fucking reason. I don't blame all fucking conservatives every time there's a fucking shooting. There was that school shooting that took place the same fucking day. That person, far right fucking Nazi, and you think a Jewish person like Jib would be upset about that, but he's more upset about the Charlie Kirk thing and blaming fucking liberals for all of it. Anyway, I digress, as Karmix, whatever the fuck his name is in the Dabbleverse would say. Let me just start over. I'll read the whole thing before I comment. Sorry. All right. For now, we are not going to have new episodes of Liberal Karen's Gone Wild, and let me explain why. For obvious reasons, we didn't go on Wednesday. But I was thinking to myself, the thing we are starting to see is that these people are not something to laugh at. They are evil. When someone murders someone, we don't go, look at that idiot. No, you say, the person who pulled the trigger is evil. Working in politics myself, I get threatened often. I'm not like Bobby Nick. When that happens, I don't turtle into myself. I stand up to bullies, as you know. When anti Semitism was rising, I made sure when I went out, my kippa was prominent. I'm guessing that's his gun. I don't know. I'm not a gun guy. I am one of those people. When some would recoil, I say, put me on the front lines. It's a badass. But right now, the American left is evil. I was planning on going on OG Mumbling Nick's show, who is a lefty, and then I saw the vile things he said, where he was saying, quote, Charlie Kirk was despicable 30 minutes after he was killed. Fuck these vile people on the left. When you idiots call people like me Nazis, even though I am Jewish, but you are out there killing and celebrating the death of someone who even those who didn't like him said he was a genuine nice guy. When you guys celebrate the death of a family man, when a young wife and two young children, oops, shit, sorry guys, hold on. Sorry, when you guys celebrate the death of a family man with a young wife and two young children, I say, go fuck yourself. We are not people who can have any sort of discussion. Sorry, the microphone is right in the fucking way. So fuck Mumbling Nick, fuck the left. And for the time, you are not probably not. You are not worth making fun of and being humanized on liberal Karen's Gone Wild. You are fucking evil. I have discussed this with 2K and he agreed to take a few weeks off from it and he wants to revisit it later. If I see some basic decency from these purple-haired freaks within a few weeks, I'll consider doing the show again. But right now, Liberal Karen's Gone Wild is on hiatus, and I don't know for how long or honestly if it will ever return. Okay. So that was the post. Pretty much Jib just insulting the left, which he does all the time, whatever. And implying that I am celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, which could not be any farther from the fucking truth, and that's what pissed me off. In fact, I have held 2 lives since he died. I held one the night Charlie Kirk died. It was I think it went over 3 hours. I literally said, anyone who wants the link can have the link. Anyone, right? And 5 people came on, so there were 6 of us, but I had 5 guests. 4 of the 5 were conservative, right? The only other lefty was Ava Riza, who was probably not even probably, who definitely was the most emotional and upset out of anybody who was on the panel. There was no fucking celebrating, no laughing, right? I even sent the link to a fucking chatter. I like a right wing chatter taking the risk of me getting set up, porn bombed, whatever, because I'm that much of a free speech guy. I think everyone should have a voice. Like, look, look at this. I'm not a fucking professional podcaster by any means. I'm on my fucking living room couch, right, with a fucking laptop, the fucking the mic that everyone gets when they're like starting out. On a fucking like TV tray, which is why this fucking wobbles sometimes, right? I have fucking wearing the Guy Fawkes mask because I'm not part of it was for doxing reasons because of fucking assholes in the Devilverse, and part of it is because I'm not a big government fucking guy, you know. I like to try and force government to work for us instead of the rich. It's kind of like my whole thing. Like let me tell you this, Jeb, real quick. In case you didn't know, people, the supporters I have on the show could tell you this. I am not a big left versus right guy at all. I understand that is what the establishment elites use to divide us, right? I am for the working class and the poor fighting the establishment elites. I would fucking gladly stand next to a working class conservative, and I do it all the fucking time to fight establishment elites in the Democrat Party and the fucking Republican Party, right? A fucking working class conservative is my fucking brother. A fucking establishment Democrat is fucking not. So this left versus right shit is fucking bullshit. Like maybe you do it for your whatever. I'm sure this liberal Karen's going wild. There's some comedy show you do, which is fucking fine. But then don't get all fucking serious about it if it's just a goofy fucking comedy show, right? I don't care. I hear you say this shit all the time with the purple hair freaks and stuff. I hear you on Jake's show and your other show saying it. Never got mad at it once in my fucking life. Don't care. But you got so fucking upset because I called Charlie Kirk one fucking name. And I defended the guy's right to say everything he said, saying how fucking tragic it was because he has a fucking family and how fucking I'm a free speech guy and everyone should be able to say whatever they fucking want. And when you end the conversation with a gun, you're a fucking coward. I said all that fucking shit, right? But then you try and lump me in with the people who are fucking celebrating his death. That's fucking weak, right? Just because I said Charlie Kirk was despicable. Like you look at all the insults you called everyone on the left, right? And that's okay. And it is okay. That is your right. But then I can't say anything about someone on the right. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Was it free speech for me, but not for thee? Like that is weak. Like, who's the snowflake here? I don't get it. Then you don't even, you know, you and I, we're not friends or anything, but we've always been cordial and friendly to each other. And this is how I find out you have a problem. You do some fucking post about me that I have fucking no idea until someone shows me. Instead of like saying, confronting me, you could have came on the show. Like this bullshit you put in here about like this tough guy act about going on the front lines. Like you won't even go on a fucking podcast, dude. You won't even go on a live stream to face someone that you don't agree with. You're clearly stuck in your echo chamber. Right? I do the opposite. Like my Twitter feed is full of shit that establishments elites say, and the fucking right wing fucking hack fucking accounts that like libs of TikTok and all those fucking losers that try and divide people by left versus right, because that's who I engage with. Right? I engage with people on the other side all the time. Started dabbling in politics so everybody had a voice. Stuttering John had the only political show in the fucking Dabbleverse. Then he left. Now he's back. But his show is fucking hack. It's him and 2 other blue no matter who establishment Democrat fucking losers, right? I have a show where you get the working class lefty and the upper working class righty. as my partner. So you have at least two perspectives on every fucking stream. And then we constantly have guests who can say whatever the fuck they want, right? Almost all of my guests, Ab is the only like lefty guest I've ever fucking had. I've had a million fucking conservative guests. Most of the audience is conservative. They've grown to like and respect me. Like literally, I had one of my oldest supporters and mods defending me in New Girls chat today. He's more right wing, but he defended me against you because you were fucking lying, and he knows I'm honest. He said it multiple times. The reason he continually watches the show every week is because I'm fucking open minded, and he respects that. I have literally changed my mind on a stance on the show when presented with different evidence, right? That I didn't know, and most people won't do that, right? Most people are like you, where these are blue-haired freaks and they're responsible for all the violence. That is fucking late. As a Jewish person, you are blaming a group of people. You are stereotyping a group of people. That is fucking weak, bro. Very fucking weak. Hey, Brent Miles. Good day, mate. Sorry, this is more of a personal video addressing somebody in particular. I watched this because I'm an idiot, not open-minded. Krishan the Don, my man. I'm right wing as fuck, and OG Nick is my dude. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been here. Sorry, I'm kind of making this just to address this guy. He's he's on Jake's a lot. He's on the right. I had no issue with him, and then I find out this. He got mad because I called Charlie Kirk not even an awful name, but not a nice name. And Krishan was one of the guys on the panel the other night, and I thought the panel was great. I've gotten compliment, not because of me, but because anyone that wanted to say whatever they wanted to say were allowed to come on and say what. I'm all over the place. Anyone was allowed to come on and say whatever the fuck they wanted to say and how they felt. We had honest moments. Even then, last night at like 3 this morning, I went live for like an hour just and I couldn't believe it. I actually had like fucking 10, 12 people show up. I didn't think anyone was going to be up. And it was, it was more of a feeling sort of thing. I was working through how I felt about things. And I even admitted how I have discovered that I'm getting kind of desensitized towards things. How I got a sick feeling when I saw the close-up of the shooting. Then I got another sick feeling when the news came out he was dead, because, as I said, I kept coming out that I kept hearing things that he was stable and everything. So there was that sick shock feeling, but it wasn't the same feelings I used to get all the time. And like Ava still gets that feeling, which is great, but I wasn't, I didn't have it. And I mean, I felt awful, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I think because I've seen so many other shootings and kids getting shot and all this stuff. Oh, here we go. Sorry, buddy. I just jumped in, but I didn't you hear say something crazy about Kirk on panel? No, so I didn't say anything about the panel. It was one of my tweets he didn't like. I'll actually read the tweet, and I'm even fine. I am fine if he criticizes the tweet. I will say this: looking back, the timing of my tweet is very open to criticism, or you know what I mean. But that's it. But he lumped me in with all these people that were celebrating Kirk's death, which I did not do, and he tried implying that that's what I was doing, and saying he's not coming on the show. I mean, I don't know if I invited him on the show. I don't remember this. I think he was just talking when I had that open invitation the other night. OG Nick, why are you going to war on Twitter? I was just arguing with, I don't even know who that person is. What did he say? You said, well, it's on the screen. It's probably hard to read, but he lumped me in with, all right, I'll just read like a couple parts about me here. He has a show called Rock Talk Live. Sorry, he has a channel called Rock Talk Live, and one of their shows is called Liberal Karens Gone Wild, where I think they make fun of Karens or whatever, which totally fine, probably funny shit, right? So it's a comedy thing, I assume, but he posts this super serious thing. He's not gonna go live for a while, and because of crazy lefties like me or something like that. So, um, here I'll read it again real quick. He put, uh, for now we are not gonna have new episodes of Liberal Karens Gone Wild, and let me explain why. For obvious reasons, we didn't go on Wednesday. Obviously because Charlie was killed, right? But I was thinking to myself, the thing we are starting to see is that these people are not something to laugh at. They are evil. When someone murders someone, we don't go, look at that idiot. You say, the person who pulled the trigger is evil. Working in politics myself, I get threatened often. I'm not like Bobby Nick. When that happens, I don't turtle into myself, which is ironic because he's about to say, he's not going to talk to me. um, I stand up to bullies, as you know. When anti-Semitism was rising, I made sure when I went out, my kippah was prominent. Um, Again, probably some gun reference I don't know that you know about, Krishan. I am one of those people, when some would recoil, I say, put me on the front lines. Well, right now, the American left is evil. I was planning on going on OG Mumbling Nick's show, who is a lefty. Then I saw the evil things he said, where he was saying Charlie Kirk was despicable 30 minutes after he was killed. Fuck these vile people on the left. When you idiots call death of someone, when you idiots call people like me Nazis, even though I am Jewish, but you are out there killing and celebrating the death of someone who even those who didn't like him say he was a genuine nice guy. When you yourself, what the fuck? When you guys celebrate the death of a family man with a young wife and 2 children, I say go fuck yourself. We are not people who can have any sort of discussion. So fuck Mumbling Nick, fuck the left. And for the time being, I'm not going to work making fun of being humanized on liberal Karens Gone Wild. You are fucking evil. I have discussed this with 2K and he agreed to take a few weeks off from it. And he wants to revisit it later. If I see some basic decency from these purple-haired freaks within a few weeks, I'll consider doing the show. But right now, Liberal Karen's Gone Wild is on hiatus, and I don't know for how long or if it will ever return. So he's taking his show down because of the left. And like I said, dude, I've heard this guy make fun of the left on a million shows. I don't care one bit. But he's trying to imply that I'm in this group of people celebrating Charlie's death. Thankfully, Written Asylum was in the chat today. Basically, he was on New Girl's stream. I ended up going on New Girl's show to address him. And his partner backpedaled a little bit, 2K or Nimrod. I mean, I'm not mad at him. He didn't post it, but he tried saying, well, I don't think he was saying that Nick was that Nick was celebrating it. He was that he called him despicable. But right before I came on, New Girl says like, oh, what's Nick gonna do? Laugh at somebody else for getting killed, or like celebrate somebody else getting killed? So obviously he took the implication too. So let me just read the tweets that bothered him that he's talking about. I'll even say one of them. Sure, maybe I shouldn't have used a certain word at a certain time, but that's it. Then okay, criticize that and we can move on. When I first saw Charlie getting shot and everything, I posted the video of him getting shot, and I put warning because it's how bad it is, and I put that does not look good. Charlie Kirk's condition still not known as of right now, but that looks so bad. I feel awful for his wife and children. Can we get some common sense gun reform yet, or is this going to keep getting worse and worse? Now, obviously, Krishan, you and I disagree on the gun reform thing. We've had that talk a million times, so I don't expect you to agree with me. But right away, I'm saying, warning, this doesn't look good. I feel awful for his wife and children. First fucking thing I said, right? My next post was of police officers going to the scene of the Evergreen High School shooting in Colorado, because there was a school shooting at the same time. And I put another day in gun crazy America, sickening. Then my next post was so Charlie still alive at this point, and actually Tim Pool and others are coming out saying he's in stable condition and everything. So I'm thinking he's gonna make it at this point. But it was a video of him where he said he's okay with gun deaths in America as like a I don't know, a casualty so we can have Second Amendment rights. I'm sure you may have seen the video. It went around since he got shot, but um, I put, oh, sorry, he said something like gun deaths are worth it because it keeps the Second Amendment or something like that. So I put him on stage saying that, and I put, we don't know if Charlie will make it yet or not, but either way, he's wrong. Someone just used their Second Amendment right to try and take away his First Amendment. I'm against that. Charlie is one, and now he's fighting for his life over that stupid belief. And then I put, I'm thinking of going live tonight to talk about gun violence in the US and political violence versus free speech. If anyone wants the link when I go live, DM me. All sides are welcome to speak on these issues. Just please be respectful of others. Obviously, you ended up coming on, Krishan. And then my final tweet before the show. This is when I finally found out that Charlie had passed. And like I said, the timing of me calling him despicable, sure, that's fair criticism. It's just the rest of the shit is bullshit. I put, now that Charlie Kirk is officially gone, I will say this. I thought Charlie was a despicable person, but he had every right to say the things he said. And anyone who uses the Second Amendment to shut down the First Amendment is weak and pathetic. Always use words over weapons. So, if he had a problem with that tweet, I understand that, right? But come on and talk to me about it. Don't put some fucking post on your channel implying that I'm celebrating his death when literally I've said the opposite in every fucking post, and I said the opposite on the live stream. And then last night I even went live again for an hour by myself, literally criticizing some of the fucking things I said. Like like saying, going through the whole thought process, right? Like how I literally one of the things I said last night was it's like, your initial reactions and becoming desensitized, and I have criticisms of Charlie's political takes, and I even said, like, during the stream, how I don't think he's authentic. I think he does it for the clicks, for the views, to because he's paid by the elites, and if people disagree with that, that's fine. But I brought up, I said, but looking back, that stuff doesn't matter. I literally fucking said that last night, criticizing some of the thought process I went through and everything like that. So, I was criticizing myself, but this guy Jib claims to be a big fucking free speech dude. And, when I could talk to him today, it was, maybe I'll bring that up if I can find it. Let me see something. Okay, let me see what you guys are talking about. Hold on. Wait, was that the guy in the last debate? No, no, no. He actually never came on the show. Um, I will look. I will look for the me and him on New Girl today. It's very short, so you can kind of see our interaction. OG Nick, no one for real has won mentioning Charlie Kirk, so many people got fired for it. I don't think it's worth mentioning him unless you are complimenting him. Yeah, I keep saying it's not. I know what you're saying. I get it, dude. I'm not, obviously, anyone that is happy that he's dead. That's fucking disgusting. Like, how can, I don't know how you can be happy that a 31-year-old got shot in front of their, like, wife, 1-year-old and 3-year-old. It's like, you have to be the most deplorable fucking person to be in favor of that. I said, I don't like Charlie, but he didn't kill anybody with his fucking words. He had every right to say everything he fucking said. I don't understand what the point of liberals saying that is. Just because we are pro Second Amendment, we can't be sad if someone who love got shot to death. How void of humanity is that line of thinking? Yeah, I think the only, yeah, no, I get that, man. I think the only, like, I tried to steer clear of this, but it's the one thing I kind of understood. If people weren't celebrating, it's the that quote where he was like, he's okay with other people getting shot and killed. It's necessary for the Second Amendment. It's I don't know. And then it caused like he didn't seem to care when other people were shot, but still, I like to me, I I thought a lot of it was like an act or not an act, but you go to these debates, you're looking for the big cheers, you're looking to say shocking things or whatever. So it is what it is. But no, of course you can be pro Second Amendment and and still be upset when someone gets shot. Like as I said in the debate, not the debate, the panel. I'm thinking of getting a fucking a gun myself. And I really don't have a reason to mention outside of seeing this insane shot. Uh, Nick didn't say anything too bad though. I can tell the difference between what you were saying and someone. Yeah, no, like I said, Ridden Asylum profusely came to my defense in the chat, and he's more conservative, and everything. Like I didn't get to it yet, but the here are my look. I don't want to like I was trying to avoid this because he died, but let me just give you an overview of what my issues with Charlie were. Obviously, none of my issues um are fucking life and death issues. Like it's fucking absurd. I believe Charlie was authentic when he started this as a teenager. He wanted lower taxes and smaller government, right? Now his nonprofit, made him over $12 million. He has dark money coming in. Like this was supposed to be some anti-establishment. He's friends with people in the government, loves the government now. It seems like a sellout thing now. And my big issue is who's that fucking loser on the left, that Sisson kid? I don't remember his something Sisson. I don't know. He's always like always promoting, like he's like an influencer, and he loves the Dems. I consider Kirk like the right wing version of him. Like these people are paid to keep us divided, left versus right. Like Krishan, you watch a lot of this. You know my stance. It's the poor and the working class against the fucking elites. I'd much rather team up with fucking someone like you or someone like fucking Liquid to go after fucking establishment Democrats and establishment fucking Republicans. Like those people aren't on my side. These Democrats are not on my side. So I hate the left versus right thing. I think they do that to keep us separated so the elites can keep their power and keep their money. I've said that a million times, right? So I think Kirk, he was part of that. I don't think that's how he meant to start out, but he goes to these colleges. It's left versus right, right? The left is your enemy, blah, blah, blah. If some lefty fucking dumb college kid gets up saying whatever the fuck he's saying, he'll try to make the kid look like an idiot. Everyone fucking cheers, laughs. It's not to me. It's not this thing to bring people together. I whatever you guys think, I try to do that on my show. My show. It's not a show. Whatever. My live stream. I always have different opinions on there. I think that's very fucking important, and I probably to an annoying degree try and get us on the same side against the elites. I've even been criticized for being too soft on Liquid by people. I've been criticized for that multiple times. Like in my compromises and all that shit. So I if this guy can't handle me, I don't think he can handle any lefty. I'm a fucking lefty from Boston who says fucking retarded and fucking fag and doesn't get offended by anything and shits on the fucking Democrats all the fucking time, to the fact where Stuttering John thought I was a Trump supporter because I criticized Biden and the Dems so much. If he can't handle me, like he got like, if I can find the clip, what he got upset about is he wanted to know why I thought Charlie was deplorable. Like apparently I can't think that, which is fucking crazy when someone claims to be like a fucking free speech free. Like everything he said to me was shit I saw on X a million times. Like he's just regurgitating the shit that gets passed around by all those right wing, and it happens to the left wing too. I'm sure you guys see it. the Democrats will get some fucking narrative out there, and every fucking Democrat influencer is posting the same fucking meme and talking point. Well, happens on the right too, and he kept saying, using the thing like, why is Charlie deplorable? Because he's a family man, he's got a wife and 2 kids. Because I saw that going around, like saying this is why they hate Charlie, this is why they did this, and they show like videos of him with his wife and kids, and I was like, I got mad because I was like, Jib, that's so fucking retarded. People on the left have fucking families too, dude. I have wife and fucking kids. You think I hated Charlie because he had wife and kids? That's fucking dumb, but that's the shit that gets stuck in their fucking heads when they're in this fucking echo chamber. Like, what did he think that him and I were gonna agree? He knows I'm on lefty. I'm like, what does he think we're gonna agree? Like, I said to him, like, if this happened to Hassan Piker, are you gonna fucking praise him? Do you think he should be on Air Force fucking 2? Do you think flag should be at half mast for fucking Hassan Piker? These guys are fucking YouTubers. Like, it's fucking sad, but it's like this martyrism. It's just they spread propaganda for one side or the other. That's what they're doing. So the death of a fucking father and a husband and a son is the tragedy in all this. That's the fucking tragedy. And that's where living ends for me. Like, but I'm not gonna celebrate his death because it's fucking awful. But I'm not all of a sudden gonna like pretend that I like what he does and believe everything he's like. I don't know. It's I'm not sure what he wanted me to fucking say. Um, what's up, Rev? There are a lot of retarded on both sides. It's so gay. Yeah, there is a lot of retarded on both sides. No shit, man. To be fair, there's a time and place for everything. When we found out Joe Biden had cancer, almost all right wingers sent well wishes and prayers. I think you got lopped in because your time. Yeah, like I said, the timing could be bad. And I think Jib brought up fucking Biden, and it's funny because I didn't wish Biden well wishes. I didn't give a like, not that I wanted him dead either, but I didn't. The guy didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's a fucking just a corporate fucking shill. He's 100 years old. Oh, what's up, Carlo? I didn't see you. But is he responsible for finding every other thing you've said about it? Once a person sees one thing you posted, they get to respond to that and they see it. But no, I'm not. He's not responsible for anything I posted. I'm saying he tried lumping me in with the people who celebrate his death, and I never celebrated his death once. Yes, Harry Sisson. I fucking hate that fucking kid, right? Or guy, adult, whatever the fuck he is. But he's clearly paid by the fucking DNC or the fucking billionaires to shit on the left and to pump up the Democrats. And I always felt Charlie got paid to do that on the MAGA side, and it just keeps us all divided. It's fucking bad. Not necessarily because of what you were saying. Yeah, like I don't know, man. So I got pretty pissed when he tried lumping me in with people celebrating Charlie's death when I did nothing of the sort. Like every post, even the one he's talking about, even the one he's talking about, I condemn the shooting. So, what do we got here? I'm glad we can all united. Yeah, he's insufferable. That fucking guy, insufferable. I don't think. See this. I run into this sometimes where certain like if people that are in the politics or whatever on the right, they assume, as you can tell by Jib's statement, he thinks we all fit into the same box, right? Purple haired, crazy, whatever the fuck. So when they find out I fucking hate Joe Biden, I hate Harry Sisson, I hate Kamala Harris. My God, do I fucking hate Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all these fucking losers. Like, they don't know what to do after that. When they find out I'm not easily offended by fucking anything, when they find out I use words that liberals aren't supposed to use, when they find out I'm fine with racist jokes, fucking gay jokes, all that shit. They don't know what to do, because they'll be like, "Well, what about Biden?" What about like, "Yeah, Biden's terrible." So it's I think maybe he didn't know what to do. I don't know, but it's I can tell you because I know most of you on the right. It gets frustrating where it seems it's 100% okay for the right just to insult the left all the fucking time, blame the left for all this violence, all this shit, and like that's okay. And if we say one thing, if I say one thing, it's holy shit. It's like, dude, do we have free speech? And like, I'm not gonna, as I said last night, it sucks because I was shocked that people actually showed up last night because it was so late. But I don't think any of you saw it. Like, I literally went through things I said, and saying like, I wish I hadn't said that, or I wish, like, literally, But even in my worst things, were nowhere near as bad as these fucking psychopaths celebrating things. Like, I think I just can't be phony, and I know that sounds lame because people say that all the time, but I'm telling you, I just can't do the phoniness thing. And I think we have some people on the left being phony by trying to be outrageous, and saying like they're glad this happened. Like saying, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get clipped out of context, but the disgusting things they're saying, right? The things that, people are ratting on them for that cost them their jobs. They're they're saying that shit to be fucking, they think they look cool saying it. They think I don't know. They think they're being edgy, and it's fucking lame and it's fucking phony. But I also can't do the other side where I can't pretend that I like Charlie. Like, the way he died is fucking shocking and fucking disgusting. And as someone who likes to talk politics with the other side like he did, um, it's very eye opening and it makes me sick. Like, it's tough not to be selfish, and we put ourselves in shoot, like, obviously I'm not nowhere near at Charlie Kirk's level, not even close, but I have similar discussions he has with people. I've gotten threats online from people. Like I said, I used to have a political blog before I got into the Dabbleverse. I got all sorts of threats. I was under my real name and everything, so trust me, I got sick shit. And I had 2,000 fucking followers. That's it. So I can't imagine having millions. What they go through, right? But it's also why I got all fired up over the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, because I've been a protester at those very same types of protests. Um, so seeing people walking around with guns and shooting like that because that could have been me or one of my fellow activists. So you take it personal. So I get that. So part of me, it's a selfish reason um why I feel some of the way I feel. But I don't know how, even if like, all right, I got off track, but let me just say this, because it's one of the main things I addressed last night. Some of the shit I said wasn't relevant to what was going on, so I probably shouldn't have said it. And I said that, like, yes, I don't like what Charlie Kirk does. Like, literally the way he handled certain things disgusted me, right? And I didn't go into details on any of the tweets, so I tried just using the word despicable. It's the one insult I gave him, the whole fucking thing, and I guess I should have left it in my pocket. That's it. But for this guy to, like, not doing my show anymore, I'm not even talking to anybody on the left. It's like, that, dude, grow the fuck up. Grow up. Like, you can't insult a whole group of fucking people all the fucking time, and then if one of them says the word despicable, you get fucking upset. Whatever, man. What's up, Matt? All right, I think I saw all these chats. I missed it. Um, Mr. Brent, if people can't understand what you mean, explaining it to them probably won't make a difference. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason I try and do this show, channel, whatever you want to call it, is, I mean, believe it or not, man, it's like I said, most of the people that watch are center or center right. I don't get a lot of I know a few lefties that watch it. They just don't announce they're lefties because they're afraid to in the chat, but they tell me behind the scenes. Um, so I my thing I like to be is like, hey man, we need the left versus right thing. I don't like. I've said that a million times in this video. I don't like it, you know? And I find myself getting caught up in it the last few days because that seems to be the entire rhetoric going around. So I even get embarrassed of, I got in some Twitter beef with somebody I don't even fucking know today. I don't even think he's in the Dabbleverse. But yeah, it was the whole left versus right thing. Sorry, Rev. I think you had a post about. Here we go. A comment. Sorry. Jib is passionate and emotional over this. That the scary part for both sides. Hurt emotional. People think and at times do things they wouldn't. That reactionary culture is what scares me. Like Rev, I even said I had no. I knew. I've known the whole time that Jib's on the other side. I've heard him say all this shit. Like, I'm one of the few people that watches Jake's streams, and every time he'd go on, Jake would bring something up, and Jib would say something attacking the left, and it never, I never took it personal. He can feel the way he wants to feel, but I have the same right. Like, I don't get, like, I'm not gonna suddenly, as tragic as it is and disgusted as I is by it, I'm not gonna suddenly like what Charlie Kirk did and said, you know. So I'm not going to be phony about it. And in my mind at the time, just using the word despicable, then saying, but, he had every right to say and do what he did. And person that shot him is weak and pathetic. Like, I thought that was fine at the time, and I guess you're right. Maybe I shouldn't have said despicable. I've said that. I said that last night. I've said it since. Okay. So he takes it or he doesn't. But the fucking post that behind my back and try and lump me in with the loony bins online, I thought was very disingenuous. I would never do that to somebody. It was almost funny the way it went down because I had to send New Girl that the thing you see on screen there. I had to send that to her in 2 parts, and she kind of skimmed through the first part and missed it. So she just read the second part where Jib's just insulting me. So she's on my side. I tell her, like, you got to read the whole thing. So she reads the whole thing, and then she's like, now she's on Jib's side because after reading it, she thinks that I am celebrating his death. And then when she finds out I'm not, then she's back on my side. So it's like he definitely, whether intentionally or unintentionally, everyone I know that's read it that didn't know what I did thought that I was online celebrating Charlie's death, which I did not do. And as far as I know, I was the only show in the Dabbleverse, as small as it is, the channel that let anyone and everyone come on to say whatever the fuck they wanted to say about it. And we had good discussions, 2 people on the left, 4 people on the right, everyone in the chat. I thought it was a good thing, but apparently not, according to Jib. Carla, it's not easy to tell who is in it for the money and who is a true believer, but just happens to get a paycheck for promoting their true positions. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I just that's just my opinion when I see, and maybe I get blinded by this, but when I see people trying, doesn't matter if they're on the left or right, as I said, Harry Sisson is, and there's a million others on the left that do the same thing. When they try to divide that left versus right, and I see they're getting paid nicely for it, and you find out, like, oh, you don't know where some of the money's coming from. It's coming from billionaires. There's dark money in there. I assume that really what they're getting paid for is divide people, because I don't know why else they would get paid. Why else would billionaires give a fuck? Right? I mean, there are billionaires that fund, like, both sides of this. I mean, to me, is what makes it clear that the division is what they want. Real name Nicholas. Mine is really Rev. Nice. When I drive left turns, very good. Oh, Brent, let me ask you something. It was Carla. Carla was here last night. Yeah, we can get an answer to Carla's question, or not question, but Um, Brent, do you think it's actually my question, but I think Carla brought it up. As an Australian, do you feel your government can oppress you because they took some of your guns away or have stricter gun laws after Port Arthur? Just wondering. Just it kind of came up last night, and you were the person I said I would ask next time I saw you. Um, Give me 12 million bucks and I'll suck the government's dick. Yo, Brent, you know what's funny, man? That's come up in this, and I've because so last week actually, last week's dabbling in politics, um, which is ironic, is because I actually, Liquid and I'll talk and we pick topics. I actually was the one we picked my topics last week, and the main one is I shit all over um independent media members on the left. They're supposed to be anti-establishment progressives, and it came out that they're being paid monthly by the DNC. I think it's between $250, which is sad, up to 8,000 a month. So but almost 100 grand a year, 96,000 a year. To not really shit on the Democrats, and it came, and I was even like, you know what sucks? Like that's not a ton of money in this world, but fuck, with a family, I might do it too. I'm not even saying I wouldn't, but um, it's tough. It's tough not to take that money. Fully admit that, But then you're not who you claim to be. Then that's what I was kind of getting at. Like one of my big issues with Charlie was why I really think he sold out was the Epstein stuff. Charlie, you can is on record saying he thinks none of the documents should be redacted. They should all be put on a website online, accessible to everyone, so all of us can read every fucking document unedited. That was his stance. Um, Under Biden, now under Trump, he literally said, "I trust my friends in the government. I won't be talking about it anymore." I he's supposed to be anti-government, and he's got friends in the government, and to me he sold out all the victims. So I have an issue with that, and it's big time. Um so I don't I didn't dislike the guy for dumb reasons. I feel I had valuable reasons, but again, you know it's debatable if I should have said despicable or not, and I wonder that myself. um Let's see. Mr. Brett, our government couldn't organize anything. Little repressed. All right. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it kind of came up. Um, oh, Matt. Yeah. By the way, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but Jib isn't a fan of you either. He's saying some. I think he's got a post about you on here somewhere, but he was talking about you on the show too. Oh, I remember what it was. Um, yeah, I won't even bring it up. I'm not gonna drag you into my mess. Uh, but yeah, whatever anyone thinks of me, and I love you are a group of people that pretty much show up every week. Fuck, I couldn't appreciate you guys more, so thank you. Um, but obviously, Jim and I are different in this sense where I like to reach across the aisle and talk to people, quote unquote, on the other side. Like I said, I think we should all be on the same side. I think it should be you know, bottom versus top, not left versus right. That's me. Um, so I mean, the thing I did like about Charlie was how he did talk to people on the other side, and he did always love having these conversations that I love having myself. So that's the part I liked, and respected, and I think that's the part that a lot of people on both sides liked and respected. So I found it interesting that Jib is not interested in having conversations with people on the other side. He just wants to put them all into a bubble, insult them, call them all fucking murderers, crazies, Hey, dude, nobody likes a Karen. You don't have to be a liberal not to like a fucking Karen. Nobody likes those people. Um, but yeah, if just like he wants to be, Jib wants to be able to, call all the lefties fucking crazy and Karens and murderers and all that stuff. Um, he has that right, and I would never criticize him for using that right. But he's got to give me the same respect. You know what I mean? I can criticize the people I don't like either. And the ironic thing is, I have criticized so many people that Jib doesn't like either. I've criticized the shit out of fucking Biden, out of Obama, out of Harris, out of Pelosi, out of Schumer, out of all these fucking people. So I don't know. I feel I'm more of a realist or purist or whatever you want to call it than him. Um, yeah, dude is upset. He said I can't talk shit on drug addicts. Well, him. Oh, that's right. That's right. All I was saying, once an addict, always an addict. Um, yeah, that's what it was. So my big issue, I don't like. I'm kind of I'm in between you guys on this. So, um, you're right. Once you're an addict, you fight it your whole life. And like I just had that addiction or sobriety anniversary show the other day. But yeah, it's still I don't want to jinx it because I feel more confident than ever. As every day goes by, like there isn't even I don't get cravings or thoughts anymore, which is fantastic. But I never know when they're gonna come back, if they're gonna come back. But what bothers me about Jib is like since I was an addict, I don't insult people that are battling drugs. That was me, right? So when I hear him, like I hear him. There's a certain person on Bobby's show. He was actually on my show the other day, and they accuse him of being on meth or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Because of facial expressions he makes or whatever. I don't think he is at all. I think it just that's he makes certain faces when he's reading or thinking or whatever. But even if he was, how can Jib make fun of him when Jib did every drug under the sun according to himself? Like just like it's so hard to get sober. I would never shit on somebody that is struggling with that. Like yeah, that bothers me about him too. He's not a very compassionate person. He wants utter loyalty and compassion for Charlie Kirk, but he doesn't have it for anybody. What's going on, Mr. Blue Sky? Yeah, this actually turned into something I didn't think it would, but fuck it, it's better. I won't even. I was gonna make being 2 in the morning unannounced. I didn't think anybody would show up, but love you guys. So I was originally just making a video. I was going to, it's obviously too long to do it now. I was going to attach it to a comment someone made about me. It's on the screen, but now we're just talking drugs, talking the Charlie Kirk shit. The state of politics. I sense that someone is playing divide and conquer. Yeah. So I'm actually, we'll have a little discussion about it if people are interested. Um, I I am waiting to see as all the information comes out about this shooter. Now, obviously, he's fucking scumbag, pussy, Looney Tunes. But so when this first happened, right? Um, unlike Jib, I didn't just assume it was a blue-haired, transsexual, Muslim, lesbian. Um, I had no idea, and I remember when the information came out, there was that old right after the shooting. They took that old guy into custody because he said he did it, and then he said shoot me, shoot me. So it almost seemed like a decoy to distract the police. And then he was the first person they took into custody. Then they arrested the second person, and Cash Patel's like, we got him, and it wasn't. It was some college student, I believe, walking around with a pellet gun, a rifle, at the same time, which could be a coincidence, or it could be a second decoy. So I was like, is this a fucking, I'm not Shawnee, my buddy Shawnee. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but, you know, I started to wonder if it was some kind of not knowing who did it. I wasn't blaming any because it could have been, could have been some lefty radical group, could have been a Nick Fuentes, Nazi fucking far right group. Because Charlie was always fighting with the whatever the fuck they're called, the Goyas, the Goyers, I forget. Um, could have been the fucking government. Like that's where I was getting real crazy, but I remember the JFK shit, so you never fucking know. So I thought that was fucking weird. And then when the guy got away, and then there's like no info, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then when finally they released the pictures, I was like, okay, so it's probably it seemed like he was on foot. They showed the video on foot, so I'm like, he knew where to go. He knew everything. It's got to be someone local from Utah. And I'm not trying to stereotype, but I can't imagine there's too many liberals in fucking Mormon Utah. But Utah's also unique where they're very conservative as a state. I'm not talking as like a group or like that college or anything, but they're very conservative, but they're more like Mitt Romney Republicans and less like a lot of them didn't like Trump. Maybe they do now, but I remember the first couple terms they were more like Mitt Romney supporters than Trump supporters. So I'm like, is this somebody who's just this very old-fashioned conservative Mormon and didn't like Charlie being linked with Trump and MAGA? I'm like, or could it be one of the ultra far right Nazis, Nick Fuentes types who's fighting with Charlie, you know, or like it could be a fucking someone on the left who doesn't like what Charlie's like. All those are options, and I'm still waiting to see what the because there's evidence both coming out, so I want to see what the evidence, I remember it was originally announced that there was like pro trans things inscribed on the cartridges, and that turned out not to be true. And so then you got stuff. If one of the sources I see is correct, we'll see because I want to wait. But it seems like everything that was on there can be linked to a certain video game and things in the game, and also things that people say while playing the game. Like I know that whole Ciao Bella stuff. They're linking it back to that old Italian thing in the song and everything. But apparently that's something in the game, as well as that up down left blah blah blah. And but so that could be a far left liberal thing, but it doesn't even seem like the guy was very political at all. His family seems to be very Republican. They're all Republican. I believe he's like unaffiliated, loved guns. I think there's a very good chance, and I'll wait, to obviously see if it's true. Very good chance he got caught up in this fucking video game fucking world. And I don't blame games, but I mean, like, this could be someone who just, didn't get enough activity with real people and everything was online with fucking games and like an incel type thing, and he's on Discord and all this stuff. So I think that's what it could be. This might even end up being not political at all on either side, but we'll see. It's also interesting to find out if we're going to get the truth. Cash Patel seems very unqualified for this job at the moment, where we have to thank the fucking victim's fucking father because the FBI couldn't fucking do shit. So when can I make terrible jokes? According to me, dude, you can make them whenever. I'm not gonna dare make them at the moment. And actually, this is actually something I don't joke. I do make terrible jokes, but I wouldn't joke about that sort of thing. I appreciate your humility and honesty. Thank you, Mr. Blue Sky. I actually last night's live was actually weird because it was almost like me just having a conversation with myself. People showed up in the chat and contributed, and I appreciated it. Spurgy was there and everything, and Carla and some others. But it was more like I don't even know why I did it. I just felt like I don't know, working it out to myself in real time on a live stream, which is probably a fucking weird thing to fucking do. But it was almost therapeutic in a way. I don't know. No matter what, like I don't have the skills. I don't have the mic skills. I don't have the fucking quick wit and all that. All I have is my personality and my honesty. And then my honesty is big for me. So I wanted to work those things out. Everything I was going through in my head and all that shit. So, Let's see. You have no idea how tested and perfected the mythology of how assassinations are done. Lone loon is always how it goes because then there aren't any loose ends. Yeah, I know, man. It's like I said, it's gonna be interesting whether we even get the full truth out of this whole thing. Unfortunately, mental illness is not treated like it should be. We have that problem. Yeah, it's terrible. Like no matter what, obviously this kid has mental fucking issues. You know, no matter what comes out of it. You know, and um, it's ironic for a long time. I'm just gonna generalize, not gonna talk about everybody, but as a group, for a long time when we had these shootings, the left would focus on the guns and the access, like the type of guns and the access to guns, and the right focused on mental illness, right? Um, and it was always frustrating to me because I was like, I think it's both and other things, but okay, can we do something about the access to guns? Can we do something about mental illness? But nope, we never do anything in this country, which was very frustrating for me. So even the tweets I read earlier, right, when the Charlie Kirk thing was going on, this was not me, just so everyone knows, disrespecting Charlie. I did it with the school shooting. Every time there's a shooting, you know, some people don't think it's appropriate, but I always bring up, can we do something now about these shootings? Can we do something? Because the only chance, and nothing ever gets done, but the only slightest chance we ever have, and I think I said this either last night or on the panel, is when when it's fresh in everyone's mind and they're sad about it, they're angry about it, they're frustrated about it. That's when they might actually do something. When you wait a couple days out of respect before we start talking about mental illness or guns or whatever, everyone calms down a little bit and then nothing ever gets done. So, right or wrong, I always try to look for a silver lining. And so, literally, that first tweet I did when Charlie first got shot, I said, "Warning, doesn't look good. This is terrible. Feels so bad for his wife and kids. Can we finally do something about these shootings?" Right. And, you know, so not to get back to Jib, for him to act like I'm this callous fucking person or crazy, I don't know, very disingenuous. If he doesn't want to do his fucking show, don't do your show, but don't fucking blame me for it, dude. And if you're gonna do the whole tough guy act, put me on the front line. Well, you should. If you're not willing to have a conversation with somebody on the other side, you just want to spread misinformation about them behind their back and ignore. Like that's fucking weird. Like it was ironic. So, um, like New Girl went for over like 6 hours today, right? So when I first noticed she was on, you know, I was on break at work, and I chatted something, and then she put the chat up, and Spurg Snake was there. You know, he's a friend of mine. He was here last night. He commented saying, you know, Nick, you know, you did really good streams the last couple nights. You know, on the, you know, like he does the politics thing, and they're talking about Kirk or whatever. And Nimrod was on, who's, you know, Jib's buddy, and he was very quiet. He's like, yeah, like just something like that. And he's usually very joking. He usually will make some joke about me, whatever. Like I always got along with him fine too. So when that happened, I was like, huh. Like literally, I started thinking, what's up? And obviously, Jib had already posted what he posted. I just had no fucking idea. Um, so it was interesting. Let me check out the most recent chats that I missed. They let all the poor people who need help lose here. Loose here. Sorry. Fuck. So confession. I think I said this the other day. I was recently put on heart medication, and I started taking it at night because makes me tired and foggy and blah blah blah. So I took it recently, and now I'm having some blurred vision trying to read this shit. So I'm sorry. Um, they let all the poor people who need help loose here. I see them wandering the streets sometimes. That's government policy for you. Well, I'm I feel bad, Brent. This is gonna sound awful, but it's kind of cathartic to know it's not just happening here in this fucking place. It's not just my country, our country. What was it Jib called you? So he didn't call me anything specifically, I guess. Um, quick summary, because I don't want to put people through it a third time. But he has a show called, and you may be a Jib follower, so maybe you even know this, Mr. Blue Sky. He has a show. I forget what it's called. But they make fun of like left wing Karens or something like that. Let me see. It's called Liberal Karens Gone Wild, and he wrote this long thing saying that they're taking a break from the show, at least in the short term, if not forever, because he thinks everyone on the left is a crazy murderer, and he mentioned how I called Charlie a name, and then he implied that I am one of the people celebrating and cheering Charlie's death, which 100% is not true. And like I said, thankfully, when this came up on New Girl Show, Written Asylum was in the chat, and yeah, he defended me profusely. You know, even he like, I mean, he's not happy with a couple things I said, or sorry, he doesn't agree with a couple things I said, which is perfectly fine. I think that's fucking healthy. And I even said yesterday, I don't agree with a couple things I originally said, right? So, but yeah, Jib's whole thing is he tried he put the entire left in this crazy murderous group. So he put me in that group and implied that I'm one of the people celebrating Charlie's death, which 100% is not true. So it pissed me off. I mean, thankfully somebody sent me the screenshot, because I don't, and this isn't me insulting Jib. I don't go to his channel, so I never would have read this post. I would have no fucking idea. So yeah, his whole thing is he's not willing to talk to. He said he was going to come on my show, but now he won't even talk to me because I'm part of the crazy left, all that shit. Celebrating the death of Charlie, whatever. When I finally got the, you know what? Let me just pull up the clip. The audio sucks, so I apologize. I'm probably just gonna play the part where I talk to Jib. So what happened was, New Girl asked me to send her the screenshot of this stuff. She went over it. Like I said, I had to break it up into two screenshots because it was so long. Originally, she read the second part, so she was 100% on my side because it was just Jib fucking insulting me, right? And then I was like, you have to read the first part too. So when she read the first part, she saw that Jib was implying that I was celebrating Charlie's death. So then she wasn't on my side because she thought I did that. So when myself and Written Asylum explained how that's not what I did, she was back on my side. It's when this all started, I sent a comment saying, because she had sent me the link like hours before, but I was at work, so I couldn't go on, and I wasn't even going to go on. Nothing, I love New Girl. It's just, like what they were doing on the show, I didn't think I could contribute to. Believe it or not, I don't like going on shows unless I feel like I can contribute something to it. But then Jib was on, and certain things I've talked about. So I said, hey, something like, hey Jib, if I come on to address what you said about me, are you going to leave? Because he said he wouldn't talk to me or whatever. So New Girl was like, ooh, some juice. So she had me send it. Right when I'm about to come on, Jib's like, I gotta go. I gotta do like a DoorDash delivery, which could be true. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, right? But he took his phone with him, and he struggled the whole time while I was trying to come on and talk. He struggled to get reception in the car. Unfortunately for me, I struggled with my mic. I actually think I know what happened now, which is embarrassing. So I was still at work, right? I emailed her right when my shift ended, but I wasn't going to go straight home. I had like errands to run and shit like that. So I figured by the time I got home, she wouldn't be live anymore, because she had literally been live for almost 6 fucking hours at this point. So I was like, I'll just jump on at work real quick. And at work, I don't have this mic. I have one of those Kevin Brennan Burger King fucking mics, right? Just because we need them for online meetings at work. And I've used it a bunch of times on streams. I've done mostly on Wendy's show. Wendy, the slow adult, will send me the link a lot. and she's usually going live when, I'm ending work. So I'll jump on real quick before I go home, and I actually sound pretty clear and everything in there. It just always comes in soft. Well, this time it came in extra, extra soft. I don't know, but everyone seemed to be having trouble. So I think there might have been something with she used EV Mux. There might be an issue with that, but it was like so soft. But then looking back, I don't know. Usually it links right up to the mic. It may not have, and I may have been like really using the laptop mic and didn't realize it. So when I initially came on, it was very hard to hear what I was saying. They all made it out, but it might be hard for you guys here. Um, then when I was on with Jib finally, so then I said what I had to say, and then I left because I wanted to come back because the mic was like shit. And as soon as I left, Jib gets reception and comes on and starts talking. It's fucking crazy, right? So then I come back and we go back and forth very briefly, and then New Girl ends it because fair to her, she didn't want this to turn into some pissy political battle on her show. So we both apologize and whatever. And I'm hoping to talk about it another time, but um, I'll at least try and bring up the very brief interaction between Jib and myself. Um, this whole yes, Wendy is the best. Nick thought Karl Marx was too right wing. That's the other thing, Brent. I feel I have a very good sense of humor about this stuff. Um, I have no problem with the brick throwing jokes, even though I don't throw bricks. The communist jokes, the Marxism jokes. No, no problem. I have a very good sense of humor. I even, like I said, I took Jib's insults to the entire left that he always did in stride. But he seemed very upset that I didn't like Charlie Kirk, which was strange. When I brought my gun, I had to disclose mental health history on the paperwork while mailing 7 days for approval to pick it up. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think the problem in the U.S. is different states have different laws, so it makes them almost fucking useless. Because the people in the states that have loose laws, they can get guns easily and easily cross borders and all that shit. Uh, you are cut out for this, Nick. Did you mean to say I'm not cut out for this? I could agree with that. They have pills now that stop you staying soft. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I can take those pills with the issues I'm having right now in my heart. I'd be scared, but I'll try. All right. Let me shit. All right. I'm gonna take down this Rock Talk Live thing real quick. Whoop. And actually, I just don't want it on screen. Actually, I think I should have left it there. I think Rock Talk Live. I think he actually posted her video, so that would have been the easiest way to. Oh shit! Hey Matt, Jake was on with Elf today. I just saw the fucking thumbnail. Ha! Fucking Elf. All right. Here's the new girl thing. Let me see. Mm. Sorry, guys. Trying to find the moment. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys. I probably should have been talking this whole fucking time. Jake and Elf did a great stream today. It was total boss. I'll have to go check it out. Jake's been playing that new Steel Toe song he made where he talks about himself in third person. It's hilarious. He's like, I was right and Jake was right too. It's funny shit. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Here we go, baby. Let me put this up real quick. I'll actually show this part and then I'll skip ahead. I will skip ahead. Oops. Boop. All right. So this is right about the time I post my comment that you will see put on the screen. Look, you can decide if Jib reads it and then decides he has a delivery or not, or if it's just coincidence. Could be coincidence. I actually, you know what? I'm not even going to accuse him because that shit does happen. And he did talk to me after. It just seemed the timing just seemed odd at the time. That's all I'm going to say. Because someone that didn't want to talk to me in the first place, it may have been his way of getting out of it, but maybe not.
I've sent it you, PSP.
Oh.
Ween, I need you to come up. Why are you not up yet?
Send Dr. Chevalier.
I hate to say it, but I got a delivery I got to go on.
Oh,
what is it?
wait, no, Jib.
Yeah.
Nick, Mumbling Nick's just, but I received a very interesting screenshot from your YouTube channel. If I jump on real quick to talk to you about it, are you going to leave? Jump on. No, Nick, he'll stay for this.
Yeah, get on here, Nick.
Well, I got a delivery to take, so I'll catch you in the car.
Yeah, you can be in the. Yeah, he'll still be on, Nick. He'll be in the.
So again, it was just my initial reaction was like, huh. Like I posted it and I'm waiting for him to read it, and all of a sudden he's like, huh, I gotta go. You know, then the whole time I'm on the first time, he's having issues. Again, he could be having issues, and I myself had severe fucking audio issues, so it's very possible. The EV Mux seemed to be acting fucked up.
How does it? Yeah, jump on.
All right.
I'll
I'm just gonna fast forward now.
show up.
Well, I mean,
Wait, I have 3 or 4
right.
people. Oh, no, I don't talk to that.
Like when we first started talking, we would
Yeah.
I've not spoken, even if it's like.
Yeah, you know what? I skipped. I don't want to go back and find it, but trust me. So Nimrod wasn't on. He comes on like right about this time, right? And she's talking about me coming on to address something Jib said, and he's like, oh, what is he gonna rejoice in someone else being killed or trash someone else being killed? So, like I said, he's gonna later act like he didn't take it that way, but he certainly did, because that's the comment he made.
A day where like I'm having a again.
He goes, I'm blind.
Fuck, how long did it take for me to get on? Jesus.
I felt Mr.
I'm gonna turn you up, Nick.
Yeah, I'm on my stupid work headset. Yeah, so it gets a little better, but it's so bad.
So I love it that like Jack's
First, awesome. All right, I'm good.
You want to? Yeah, that's.
Chris Thompson's daycare is the same. Why is a bridge called which has a very long one. Yeah, you were no pun intended. You were a trooper that night.
It's just so it's apparently he doesn't. Let me see.
No.
Jim's here at the minute. That shit's no, like in the chat
on this afternoon. It will be on Wendy's chat. I mean, well, was Dylan.
Yeah.
Go.
Days, this
in a little while. So.
Put it up.
Remember that shitty band that sang like Little Miss Kid, the Spin Doctors?
No. I'll have you know.
Oh, yeah. Somebody asked me my first concert, which was
somebody just came up saying Jake Hudson,
which was Spin Doctors, Screaming Trees, and Collective
here and
Soul.
no, it's gone. It's like,
you can hear the
to think that like random guy.
Sorry, I was gonna say I also hang with a
pineapple.
Come on, put it up.
I know because what a normal.
I don't remember it taking this long. My bad.
I mean, I haven't been here the whole time, but
right.
No, I had no problems, none, zero issues today.
I can see why Nick wants to put this up. Let's address. I'm not going to put the first one up, Nick. I'm going to put the second one up though because I think this is what. All right, so we do need Jib here for this because. Wow, Jib, what the fuck? Let's put it up.
Oh boy, did he pull up a fucking desk too?
So. Jib has put, I will read out.
But I like
He's
it.
had a little rant and it goes, so fuck mumbling Nick, fuck the left, and for the time you are not working, making fun and being humanized on liberal Karen's gone wild, you are fucking evil. I have discussed this with 2K and he agreed to take a few weeks off from it. If I see some basic decency from these purple haired freaks within a few weeks, I'll consider doing so again. But right now, liberal Karen's gone wild. It's on the hiatus. Right, so I get this. So why is there a fuck?
Thank you, Mr. Blue
mumbling Nick
Sky.
in
We'll
there?
check it out, my friend.
So this is the second part. Did you get the first part of it?
Yeah, but like I mean, like the second part.
So this is me even being fair, right? The second part is just Jib fucking trashing me. So I told her she has to play the first part, you know, to find out why. So I'm going to fast forward to that in the first part. I mean, I already read this to a lot of people that were here, but it's basically he's lumping me in with the people shitting on celebrating Charlie's death.
The main bit in it where he's saying, oh, right, let me read. Why? For obvious reasons, we didn't go on Wednesday. But I was thinking to myself, the thing we are starting to see is that these people are not something to laugh at. They are evil. When someone murders someone, we don't go, look at that idiot. No, you say the person who pulled the trigger is evil. Working in politics myself, I get threatened often. I'm not like Bobby Nick when that happens. I don't turtle into myself. As you know, when anti-Semitism was
she's
rising,
having bad audio
I made
too,
sure
so
I
it must have been
went out.
something with fucking
My
Evie Mugs.
kipper
It was
was
so
I
hard
don't
to
know
hear
what you're
fucking
saying, though,
people.
Jib. Stop using big words. I'm one of those people that
He's using Jew words.
when someone would say, when someone would recoil, I say, put me on the front lines. But right now, America left is evil. I was planning on going on OG Mumbling Nick's show, who is a lefty. And then I saw the vile things he said, where he was saying Charlie Kirk was despicable. 30 minutes after he was killed. Fuck these vile people on left. When you idiots call people like me Nazis, even though I'm Jewish, you are out there killing and celebrating the death of someone who, even those didn't like him, said he was a genuine nice guy. When you guys celebrate the death of the family man with a young wife and 2 children, I say go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna lie, I like fully agree with what Jib
With me? No, don't agree with me. Yeah.
I do agree with what Jib's saying there. Like, I am not here for
Yeah, I gotta say, I've seen a lot of people celebrating the man's death, and I wished each and every one of them dead. So,
like, my thing is,
I can't really, I understand what Jim's saying a bit here.
Oh,
so,
like,
So here, Butter Dick Jones thankfully says Nick didn't say Charlie deserved it.
My thing is,
I can't really, I understand what Jim's saying a bit here.
A lot of these people who are like anti-gun are only anti-gun when it.
So I'm actually quiet here. I let her say her piece, and then I bring up the fact that, yeah, I never said any of the things he just fucking. Well, besides the despicable part, I never said anything in there that he claimed. So I'll just fast forward to that part real quick.
One of the death penalty is that and also someone I love. I don't. But you've got to be 100% right, 100% on.
Any prisoner on earth that's
on. I believe in death row. I think it's.
I did put.
Let's just get this in.
I actually agree with that.
What's your issue with what Jib's posted there?
Maybe look at your chat. People that read what I wrote and watched what I said. I actually agree with you. I did not. Can I be heard? I don't know if my mic's.
You're a little bit low.
You're a little low, but get as close to it as you can.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's usually not this fucking back. Like it's usually not this. All right,
Nick, do you want to try the universal fix of going out and coming back in?
Sure. Let me just say one thing before I do that, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I never celebrated Charlie's death. In fact, I said a million fucking times how fucking awful it was and everything. Written Asylum is one of my mods. He can fucking tell you. I had 5 people on my show the other day. 4 of them were fucking conservative. All of them thanked me for having the show.
One was a crackhead.
The only fucking thing that's accurate is, yes, I said he was despicable, which is why that's the only part Jib used. But literally, I was like, but I'm 100% against this. As a free speech advocate, he has the right to say everything he fucking said. And I believe in free speech wholly. And when you use weapons against speech, you're a fucking fascist. I said all this shit. I'm a father of fucking 3 kids. Like, I was fucking mortified. So to me, that's very fucking disingenuous of what I said. That's my problem. All right,
it sounds like Jib maybe jumped the shark a little bit and
Well,
assumed something before.
Just because only says because Jib's not here in that post, he didn't say that you celebrated it. He said that you called him despicable only 30 minutes after the man had died. I think that was the issue. I don't think he accused you of celebrating it. At least not in that post that I read. That news got read.
The thing is, oh shit, he's gone. His signal must have gone. Nick, I'm guessing
he may have tried out to come back in again.
Nick,
you said
thing is with Jib as well. He's probably not like fully with the way he is. He's probably not.
He's not fully formed.
I was going to say erect.
And
all right, so I'll fast forward to when Jib comes on. So, it's fair to say he didn't exactly say that, but that's clearly what he implied. And as I said, that's what Nimrod said. Like, I think that's what Nimrod thought I said, according to Jib, because he made that comment before I went on that what is Nick coming on to trash more people that died or celebrate more people, someone else who died or something like that. So obviously that was, whether intentional or not, that was what people thought reading it, because that's what I thought reading it. That's what the person who sent it to me thought. Everyone I know who's read it thought that if they, like, even Written Asylum, who like I said defended me a million times because he read it that way as well and knows I didn't say that. So anyway, I'll have get to when Jib comes on.
I've got
discussed everything was yesterday.
Critical, but there was still
they're gonna murder every woman trying to devise and stuff. All of us,
including America.
They said,
I've got like 3 deer heads. I thought I had a deer head behind me, but I don't ever ram one. I was going to pick a deer head up and be like, it's a ram. Have a ram here.
And I actually wasn't even going to, I left to try and fix the mic, but I wasn't even going to come back because I didn't know Jib was going to come back. And then I figured, all right, I'll let Jib say whatever he's going to say. And then I didn't like what he said, so I popped back on to finally address him. But we'll hear what he says first.
Oh God.
Written Asylum said, "Deer are delicious and white trash." So
always loved it.
You can say,
yeah,
I've turned it. Okay, sweet. We'll see you soon.
Send 2K.
Okay.
One of your dogs, Wayne.
Yeah, 50.
Like it's bad though. Like it might be. That's where.
Wow.
And on that, to
boss a little bit. Great head of what you thought, and maybe you need to reword it a bit. I will agree with Nick on this. I think you threw him under the bus a little bit.
Thank you.
Nope. I kind of stand where I stand on that. To go and call somebody disgusting for no reason. A person is a family man.
The reason
I didn't call him disgusting, and it doesn't seem that he's upset that he seems, as you'll see, his issue is that I don't like Charlie Kirk. I did not like Charlie Kirk. That was his issue. Which was weird because, like, I'm like, dude, do you like Hassan Piker? I don't think you do. It's not a big fucking deal if you don't like him. Like, he was trying to, he couldn't understand, why I didn't take the death out of it. Why I didn't like him, it was very, very weird.
His reason is his reason. We have opinions, right? And Nick has every opinion to think that of him, whether you do or not. And he has sat there and said that he doesn't condone him being killed and he doesn't like that and doesn't all the rest of it. You've still got to let people have their opinion.
Well, the thing is that, let me put it to you this way. If Joe Biden were to die today, I would not end up going and doing a post where I called him despicable or any of those things.
Again, that was one word in the post where I went on to speak out against what happened to him. It was pretty much, even though I think he's despicable, he had every right to say what he said. And whoever silenced him with a gun, his speech with a gun, is a fucking coward. That's, not verbatim, but that's roughly what I said, right? It was, I didn't go, Charlie Kirk's despicable, and that's it. That's not what I fucking said. It was part of a full fucking text where pretty much saying, even though I didn't like this guy, even though I didn't agree with this guy, even though I found this guy despicable, I think it's disgusting what fucking happened to him. Right? So again, he's out of fucking context. He's just upset that I didn't like Charlie Kirk for some fucking reason. And I don't fucking like Joe Biden either. So say whatever the fuck you want to say about Joe Biden. And right, maybe the moment Biden dies, you're not going to say he's despicable, just like I didn't go, hey, this guy's despicable. But trust me, you're going to continue to fucking criticize because you don't like that side, which is fucking fine. You don't have to suddenly like somebody or believe what they believe just because they fucking died, or think they were a good person just because they died. You can be sad that they died, right? You can feel bad for their family. You can think it's a fucking tragedy. All those things I think regarding Charlie Kirk, right? All those things he might think if someone shot Joe Biden or whatever, right? But it doesn't mean all of a sudden, like, I mean, all the things he said about Biden, saying he's ruining this country or whatever. If you think somebody's ruining the country, why the fuck would you all of a sudden compliment them just because they died? You wouldn't, right? And I thought Charlie's whole thing was to divide people, so that the elites can fucking stay in power and keep all the money and the power they have. So I wasn't a fan. Still fucking tragic and disgusting how he died, right? It's two different things. You just can't seem to like comprehend.
I would just simply not do it, because that right there, you know, and there's things that you could say about Joe Biden about that whole thing.
So you see what I mean? It's because he doesn't like what I said. Like, he's saying you can say things about Biden. But he doesn't think there's any criticisms of Charlie Kirk. He doesn't understand how free speech works. You'll see, like the last thing I say, it's like, dude, you're not supposed to. You don't protect the speech you agree with. You protect the speech you don't agree with, right? He has every right. He even has every right to fucking insult me, right? But just don't be misleading about it, right? Don't be disingenuous.
Charlie Kirk, people did not care for his political ideology. It was all that it was. There was nothing that was, quote unquote, despicable about the man. Everybody who even didn't like him said, you know what, I may have disagreed with him, but he was a good man.
So the last two things he just said, I saw posted over and over and over again by the right wing. That the only thing people didn't like, I would see it was his ideology, that people that didn't like him that people that didn't agree with him all thought he was a good man. I have no idea if that's true or not, because I never heard any, but it's like a talking point that he's just fucking regurgitating, because I saw it a million times. He's going to do it again when I come on, because one of the other things I saw a million times is this video or pictures of Charlie and his wife and kids saying, this is why they hate Charlie. This is why they killed him, because he's a family man, which is fucking absurd. But again, he tries throwing that talking point on me. And it's just, I know most of you don't agree with me, and that's totally fine, just like I don't agree with you. But I have every right to feel the way, and I have reasons why I feel that way, right? He just doesn't feel the way I feel. And so he doesn't think I have a right to fucking feel that way. It's fucking crazy. This guy is not a free speech dude. He lives in a fucking echo chamber where everyone has to feel the way he fucking feels. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think
Yes,
just
thank you,
maybe like Nick's not your enemy, and you know I love you, Jib, and I'll stand by for anything. I think maybe like you just kind of threw Nick under the bus a little bit when there's so many people like there saying shit. Maybe you just shouldn't have thrown Nick under the bus. That's just my opinion, though. I think it's what it is. Like, we're all friends, and like Nick's your friend, and we're all like different opinions.
Yeah. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
Nick's back.
There we go.
Can you hear me at all? If not, I'll just bounce in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can hear.
All right. So, the post wasn't Charlie Kirk is despicable. There was a bunch of shit after that, man. I was just saying I find him despicable. And that's just like if Hassan Piker was killed, I don't think you'd honestly all of a sudden love Hassan Piker. And
no, but what about him made him despicable? Was it the fact that he's a family man? That even the people who
So,
didn't like
alright,
him said,
dude.
you know what, he was a good man.
That's the dumbest shit. Like, I keep seeing that. This is why they hate Charlie Kirk and they show his family. Do you think people on the left don't have families? I have a family, dude. What I find despicable about him is how he fucking totally sold out. I trust my friends in the government. That's what he said. Mr. Small Government says, I trust my friends in the government when it comes to the Epstein victims. Sold out the Epstein victims, every one of them.
So the government officials that are trying to put in a smaller government, that it's decreasing the size of government.
Do you know what, guys? Can I?
So it gets cut off here, and unfortunately, I was gonna be like, ICE is, what ICE is doing is big government. Putting the National Guard in Chicago and LA and threatening Tennessee and other cities, that's big government, right? Government isn't getting smaller, right? Okay, they cut fucking, they cut aid to like poor countries in Africa. That's the shit they cut, right? But the government in the US itself is getting fucking bigger under Trump. It's not fucking small. And I hate the whole big government, little government argument, because I don't like, this is just my opinion. I don't think that's real, right? When it's something people like, whether on the left or right, they like it. So they're fine when government does it. When it's something they don't like, all of a sudden they call for small government, right? Our military, the fucking Pentagon, way too much fucking money, right? Let's cut that. Nope, they increase it every fucking year. The people that call for small government increase that fucking budget every year, even though they failed like 7 or 8 fucking audits in a row. The only fucking part of the government that's fucking failing any audits, they fail it every year. It's wasting so much fucking money, but they don't cut it. Why? Because the military industrial complex makes a ton of fucking money off of this shit. And that's what it's all about. So it's the small government thing is bullshit, right? My issue, and like I said, I didn't even want to get into this part, and she's about to cut things off here, so it's going to be over before I can get this part out. But like, I think I brought this up earlier. Charlie started Turning Point USA when he was like 18 or something to try and promote to young people conservative. The two main things were lower taxes, smaller government, right? Which only helps the rich. That's what helps the rich. Lower taxes and smaller government. So that's why I'm not a fan of the whole thing. Because it's never, obviously, if you want to lower taxes for all of us, sure, but that's usually not what happens. The rich get the biggest tax, and I don't want to even get into all that, right? But the thing with the Epstein shit, like, that's, to me, that's a big deal, right? And like, we're protecting fucking pedophiles and we're fucking over victims. You can't feel one way when Biden's president and another way when Trump's president. And that goes for both sides. Don't get me wrong. The reason this issue pisses me off is because now you have Democrats pretending that they give a shit about the Epstein files when they didn't say fucking dick when Biden was president. And I've said my theory on my channel a million times. Biden didn't release it because fucking Bill Clinton and all these fucking Democrats are in it, right? Trump's not releasing it because he's in it with all these fucking Republicans. So when one side's in, the other side pretends they want it released. And then when their side's in, nothing, right? But Trump said all this shit. Kash Patel, fucking, like, all these people put in his fucking cabinet. The top 2 guys at the FBI wouldn't shut up about the fucking Epstein files. And now, whoop, they're gone. And Trump and all the Republicans getting redacted from it. There's been a million different stories, right? And I said, Charlie Kirk, when Biden was president, called for the total release of all the documents, unredacted, on a website where every single U.S. citizen could see every fucking word. That's what he wanted, right? You can look at the video. Now, he literally said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about the Epstein documents anymore. The files. I trust my friends in the government. Mr. Small Government trusts the government, right? He sold them out. He sold out victims. Is that not a scumbag move? Am I wrong? right? And then I said, even though that, I still think his death is tragic. And it's still not good enough. This guy, Jib, is mad that I have a different opinion than he does. Like like I said, if you really listen to it, like that's what blew my mind. Like I was all mad because he tried lumping me in. He tried making it sound like I was one of the fucking people celebrating Charlie's death. But then when he's finally on, he makes it known he's upset that somehow I have no right to think that Charlie Kirk isn't fucking the greatest thing in the world. Like he even says, like, I wouldn't have said anything about Biden, and there's plenty to say, but there's nothing to say about Charlie. He's not despicable. It's like, dude, we're gonna have different opinions on this. Like, what the fuck do you think? And time again on my channel, I want different opinions. I want people from different backgrounds coming on, giving their opinions based on their experiences and their beliefs. Right. And I'm supposedly the snowflake, blue haired, fucking sensitive liberal. And I'm open to anyone and everyone saying whatever the fuck they feel. I want to hear it. That's how you can't be in an echo chamber. When you get stuck in an echo chamber, this is how you end up. Just like fucking Jib. This is someone stuck in a fucking echo chamber, right? It has nothing to do with us disagreeing. He thinks everyone should agree with him, right? And whatever he's being told, as I said, he just regurgitated all these talking points in just a couple of minutes he was on. It was all the shit I saw a million fucking times. Going on, Chris? How we doing? But yeah, I didn't even I don't know if you heard my little scuffle with Jib today. But yeah, it's Chris was another one on my show. That time we don't agree, and it's totally fine. I love talking with people I don't agree with. I don't think Chris is a bad guy at all. I don't think he thinks I'm a bad guy. I like, ironically, I'm doing more in my small part, just this small community. I'm doing more to try and bring the left and right together than Jib is. Jib is trying to divide the left and right. Like the whole point, like I said, to start this political show was so people got different points of view in the Dabbleverse on politics, because they were only getting one point of view on John's show. There were 3 fucking hosts. All 3 had the exact same fucking whatever corporate Democrat belief, talking point belief on every fucking subject, right? I have different beliefs than them, even though we're both supposedly on the left. I don't consider them my allies at all. I consider, some of the working class, like I had like Krishan, him and I disagree on so fucking much. Yeah, we always have each other's back, because we actually both believe in free speech and to believe what in your own values and everything. Like we disagree on almost fucking everything politically and socially, but we get along great again and always back each other's up, because that's not what defines someone, And I tried starting the show because I believe I go against most left-wing stereotypes. Not all, but most, right? As I said, I'm not sensitive at all. I'm not, I don't get offended. I don't even know how to get offended. I get frustrated, but I don't get offended. I say words that liberals aren't supposed to say. I criticize the Democrat Party all the fucking time. I get actually more frustrated with them than Republic. Like, my side, we're fighting against Trump, but it doesn't even matter because the Dems are weak. It's like, oh, vote for who? Neither side does what I fucking think they should be doing. Who the fuck do you want me to vote for? I'm almost better off voting Republican, because at least they're admitting they're not going to do what I want, what I think is right. The Dems claim they're going to do what I think is right, but then they don't fucking do it. So, yeah, I'm also a lefty who's willing to talk to everyone on the other side. Lefties are supposedly lazy. I have 2 fucking jobs, right? I have good health insurance, yet I promote, whether you agree with me or not, I promote universal health care, even though I don't fucking need it. I do lots of stuff like that. I have my beliefs and I share them, and I want to hear other people's beliefs. And sometimes I change my mind when I'm presented with things outside of my own echo chamber, right? Jib, you guys might actually, you probably agree with Jib a lot more than you agree with me, But you have to admit, he's stuck in his fucking echo chamber. And this whole tough guy act he put in that fucking post, how like he fights the political battles, he puts himself on the front line. He insulted Bobby Nick, saying Bobby Nick runs like a fuck or hides like a turtle. But not Jib. He goes on the front fucking line. But in the post, he's saying he won't even fucking talk to me because I have a different opinion on Charlie Kirk than he does. Not the death. We agree that the death was tragic. We agree it was sick. We agree it was disgusting. We agree that, it's awful what happened. Now his wife and kids have to live without him. We agree 100% on all that. We just disagreed on who Charlie Kirk was as a person when he was alive. And how dare I disagree with Jib, right? How dare. Not allowed to have my own opinion, not allowed to voice my own opinion. He can insult me, right? He can insult people he thinks are on my side every day, all day. But I can't have a constructive criticism of somebody he liked. I mean, that's weak, man. That's not First Amendment shit. That's fucking weak. That's a bitch ass fucking. Dude, that's fucking censorship, buddy. That's tyranny. You get that? You know what? You're acting like Jake. Am I blocked? Am I blocked, Jib? Fuck you. You're not going to talk to me now. And I don't even mean as a friendship thing, but you have an issue with me, right? In something I said. And because we've always been, friendly. I have not got involved in your war with fucking Bobby Nick. I stay out of it, right? I go on Bobby's show. Bobby's been good to me. Before this, I've been invited on the shows that you guys are on, you and Nimrob and all them. I was invited on. I got the link twice. First time I wasn't even home. Second time, I made it clear the whole show was trashing Bobby, so I wasn't going to be a part of it. If the show was on something else, or I felt like I contribute, I absolutely would have went on. But I only felt like a couple of the guys really wanted me on. There was a couple of guys I've streamed with before, like Cupcake, and I know you don't get along with Cupcake, Matt. I'm sorry, but I do, and some other guys. But I think the other guys, like Jeb and Nimrod, maybe just wanted me on because they were hoping it was going to piss Bobby off, and I'm not going to be used in that sort of way. Like I've said this before, but I like Bobby, but no one's going to tell me what shows I can and can go on. So if I want to go on a show with someone Bobby doesn't like and he gets mad, well, that's too bad. But on the other hand, because Bobby's been fine to me, nice to me, I'm not going to allow someone to just have me on to use me to try and piss Bobby off. I'm not involved in your fucking war, right? Not involved at all. You're in the politics. I'm in the politics. You're in the music. I'm in the we're in a lot of the same shit. And I think it's boring talking politics all the time with someone I agree with. Like, there's a reason why Ava and I don't have a show together, because it would just probably be us agreeing with not all of the time, because we disagreed on. We even disagreed on some of the Charlie stuff, but we would agree way more than we disagree. And to me, that's fucking boring, right? I have it with somebody. I have it with Liquid Cryptid because we disagree, right? We agree on some things, but we disagree more than we agree, and we disagree respectfully, right? And he's allowed to have his opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. He's allowed to voice his opinion. I'm allowed to voice mine. We never say anything different, right? And I even said, if you have a criticism of the timing of my insult, now again, that insult was used, I tried using it in a way to be like, even though I found this person's actions despicable, it's still tragic that they were killed. It's tragic that the family now lost a fucking husband and a father. It's disgusting what that shooter did. I fucking made all that clear in that fucking same tweet, but you ignored all that. You didn't tell your viewers I said that, right? You acted like I said Charlie Kirk's dead. Good. He's despicable. Fuck him. Let's celebrate. I said nothing fucking like that. And that's fucking defamatory. Like I said, you don't have to like me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't give a fuck if you agree with my opinions. You can shit all over my opinions. I have fucking no problem with that. That's your right. That is your First Amendment right to shit all over me. But be fucking accurate. Don't make shit up for your fucking audience. You don't feel like doing your stupid fucking show anymore. So you're blaming me. You're blaming me because you don't want to do your fucking show. Just don't do your fucking show. It's not my fuck. Don't act like I'm a fucking crazy psycho who wants to fucking shoot people. I'm some, you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break, dude. Fuck. Sorry. Got a little fired up. Check out the chats. All right. What was said? Oh my God. What was said? He was running his mouth off to Jake about me being on drugs. Son of a bitch doesn't even know me. Yeah, Chris. So it's not gonna. It's a long fucking post. It's on his page if you want to read it. I'll send it to you later. But it's been read a few times on here, so I don't want to put people through it again. But basically, him and Jib and 2K Nimrod, they do some show together called like Liberal Karens Gone Wild. Obviously, like a spoof of those, Spring Break Girls Gone Wild thing. And I guess they make fun of Karens, which, could be a funny show. As I said, nobody likes Karens. It doesn't matter if you're liberal or not. You don't like Karens. But they're not doing the show. They're taking at least a several week break, if not permanent break, because he doesn't think lefties are worth making fun of anymore. They're all crazy psycho shooters. And he put me in there saying he was going to go on my show, but now he's not. He's not even going to engage with me. And then he implied that I was one of the people who was celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And everyone that read the post, that's what they got out of it, And somebody we're both friends with sent me a screenshot of this post because I hadn't seen it. It had been up for several hours at that point. And so I had gotten the link from New Girl earlier in the day. I was working, so I couldn't go on. But then Jib was on, and my workday was ending, so I wanted to come on to confront Jib about it. And you'll think this is funny too. Right when I came on, it's funny. I put and it could be a coincidence. I want to be fair, but the timing looks pathetic. I literally comment, "Hey, Jib sent me something." Someone sent me a screenshot of some fucked up shit or whatever Jib said about me. Jib, if I come on, are you gonna leave? And right after I posted, you can see his eyes. He's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go. I got a Uber Eats delivery or whatever." And New Girl wanted me to come on and talk about it, so I come on and talk about it. Thankfully, Written Asylum. I don't know if you know him, Chris. Hopefully, he's one of my longest supporters. He's my first ever mod. He's more on the right, but he literally, like, one of the early episodes of Dabbling in Politics, I changed my mind. I changed my opinion on a matter when I was presented with evidence I was unaware of. So he's always respected me for that. And like, I do that stuff. I have my own opinions. Jib, this whole time, regurgitated fucking talking points that I saw a million times on X. He tried using these talking points I saw posted a million fucking times. So he doesn't seem to have a thought of his own in his fucking head. But yeah, thankfully, Written Asylum was in the chat and defended me all the way, saying Nick never fucking said that. I brought up, like, dude, I had a live show with 5 guests, including you, Chris, and I said 4 of them were fucking right wing, and the one lefty was the most upset over Charlie's death. So what the fuck are you talking about? So then when we finally confronted each other, he literally was most upset that I didn't like Charlie, that I had criticism of Charlie Kirk when he was alive. Take the full death out of it, right? Obviously, it said tragic, disgusting, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's like, there's reasons to, criticize Joe Biden, but there's no reasons to criticize fucking Charlie Kirk. Me, I think there's reasons to criticize both. I don't like either of the fucking guys. But anyway, basically, he doesn't think I'm allowed to have my own opinion, was what it comes down to, where I think everyone's allowed to have their own opinion and everyone's allowed to fucking voice that opinion. But he didn't have to disgustingly try to imply that I was one of these fucking crazies online saying disgusting things about Charlie when I 100% never fucking did that and never would. And he's using me and those people as excuses why he's not doing his crazy liberal Karen show. And I'm like, obviously he probably just doesn't want to do the show anymore, but he got so fucking dramatic in the post, acting like a tough guy in the post. And really, he doesn't even want to, like, talk, online. Like, even New Girl's trying to rationalize with him, and he's like, no, I don't know. It was sad. So, anyway, we hit the 2-hour mark. Ugh. Irony, as I said, I didn't think anyone would show up, and I originally was trying to make like a 15-minute video to attach to Jib's post as like a response, but instead I'll just write a written response because this turned into an actual live with people contributing. So thank you guys. What time is it? 4 a.m. Holy shit! I got to be on with the pineapple in 11 hours, something like that. I like him. He pops in on Bobby's. Who do you like, Chris? I missed that, but yeah, they yeah. So Jib was also on this live. I'm fucking blind. Holy shit. Oh, Written Asylum. Yeah, I love Written Asylum. I love that dude. Good dude. Yeah, so Jib took a shot at you on this thing, fucking not Jib. Nimrod took a shot on you on this fucking thing. So yeah, they get their little digs in. I think Jib took a shot at Matt, which Matt knows about, and Nimrod took a shot at you. So I don't know. Maybe I'm also not liked because I hang out with you guys and Bobby or whatever, and didn't get involved in their shit. Whatever, don't care. Because I said even that post, which was a political post on why he and Nimrod are no longer doing their fucking Karen show, they threw in like Bobby Nick. And I'm looking in this, his Rock Talk Live account has, like, he's got a lot of subscribers. He's got a few thousand or whatever. I'm guessing a lot of them aren't in the Dabbleverse because it's, they talks about music, I guess, and Karen's like, I don't think that particular channel talks about the Dabbleverse. They do that on, I see them do that on like Cupcake's channel, Nimrod's channel. Like they don't really seem to do it on Jib's channel. So I'm guessing a lot of his viewers have no fucking idea who I am or who Bobby Nick is. So, very weird to even use us in those comments. In that post, I guess. I mean, obviously you can, but it's like people probably have no fucking idea when you make a Bobby Nick reference and an OG mumbling Nick reference, who you're even talking about. So, I don't know. Like I said, I hadn't seen it, and I'll send it. Yeah, it was part of the video I was watching right here. It's a 6-hour video, so I'll try and get you the timestamp. Basically, all he says, it's a quick little insult. I was going through the fact, I was defending myself against these allegations, and I stated, I went live that night to talk about Charlie Kirk. I said I would send anybody the link. I was like, I had 5 guests on, and 4 of them were conservative. And then I started saying, and then Nimrod says, implied that because you were one of the conservatives, implied you were a drug addict, meth addict, the thing they always fucking say about you, Chris. The same fucking stupid insult they try and use. So that's all. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm just saying you've heard it before. You'll probably hear it again. It's the same thing they keep saying. And then I know Jib was mad at Matt. Matt and I already talked about it on here. Because Matt, I guess, made a comment on the stream saying it's kind of fucked up how Granny, Jib, and somebody else call everyone else drug addicts and make fun of them when they're, addicts themselves. And, to be fair to Jib, I know he has many years sober, like over 20 years or whatever. But I told Matt my issue with that is, I mean, some people say it's a constant battle. You're never actually cured. I tend to agree with that. I'll also say the longer you go, for me personally, I don't really have the cravings or even think about it anymore, thankfully, where for the first bunch of years I still did. But my issue with Jib is, like, even though he's clean, like he was an addict for years, and so he knows how hard it is. So for him to make fun of somebody for being an addict, whether they're really an addict or not, is disgusting, right? He thinks what I said is disgusting. It's like, dude, you know the battle of addiction. I know the battle of addiction. It's fucking hard. It's fucking awful. I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst enemy. So you're gonna make fun of somebody who's struggling with that when you struggle with that just because you're currently not struggling with it? Like, that's super fucked up. So, and I'm not down with that. It's fucking gross. Granny said Jack was even arrested with meth and I don't know. I get back in my day, the insults, they called everyone a crackhead. Now it's fucking meth head, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know they were cat. So this is the other thing. I should have said this before I even got going. I'm not saying nobody can like Jib. Like, I got along fine with Jib and Nimrod till today, until I found out apparently I'm a piece of shit that isn't allowed to have his own opinion. So I'm not trying to discourage anyone from supporting them. Just like I think everyone has the right to say and think what they want, everyone has the right to support whoever they want. So I'm not not going to get mad if anyone supports Jib and Nimrod. Not at all. Don't care. Like, support who you want. Like I said, I'm not saying I supported them, but I had no issues with them. I would watch some of their live streams. I got invited on to some of their live streams. And I said Jib could come on I didn't give Jib an official specific invite to the political show, but I said, come on sometime. And then they said the other night anyone could come on, the Charlie Kirk night. So yeah, I'm not looking to put a wedge between so if you guys like those guys and support them, absolutely do. As I said, this is very, very new for me and my issue. I don't even really have much of a Nimrod. I don't even really have much of an issue with Nimrod, because I believe he was just going off of what, and I could be wrong, but it seems he was going off of what Jib told him, and it wasn't accurate. And as I said, if anyone wants to criticize me for even saying, like I said, one of my posts was something like, even though I felt Charlie was, what word did I use? Not the disgusting. Was it something with a D? Despicable, deplorable. One of them. Even though I said, even though I thought he was deplorable, he had every right to say what he said. It's tragic that he's dead. I feel bad for his wife and kids. Whoever shot him to shut him up is a fucking disgusting coward. That was roughly what the post was. So, should I left out the deplorable part? Sure, that is very fair, and I even question myself now about that. So I have no problem with even that criticism, right? I meant, not that I meant well, but my whole point of saying it was like, even though I don't like this person, it's disgusting what happened to them. That was the point I was trying to make. Maybe I didn't make it in the best way, but that was the point I was trying to make. If you criticize the way I made it, 100% fair. 100%. Again, I questioned myself on it if it was the right way to put it. But then don't make up shit that I didn't fucking say. Don't act like I'm fucking glorifying and celebrating his death when I'm doing the fucking opposite. And then it turns out you just don't like the fact that I didn't like him, and I voiced and especially coming from Jib, who I said every time I see him, he's insulting the left, which is fine. It's his right. Like, part of the reason I do this is so people that feel that way can be like, hey, you know what? Nick's on the left. He's not that bad. Maybe some of the other people on the left aren't bad. That's part of the reason I do this, is I've said before, I feel Stuttering John is an awful representation of the left in the Devilverse. So I'm trying to give a different representation just by being myself. That's it. If you like me, cool. If you don't, you don't have to like me. But again, just don't make up shit, man. And don't just not like me because I heard Nick's on the left. Like, that's stupid. Like, I talk to people on the right all the fucking time. There are things about them I don't like, just like there's things about me they don't like, but I look for the good things because there's good things in most people. And if the good outnumber the bad, I'm down. Let's hang. Let's be friendly. We can even joke about our differences. Like, how many people, like King of All Diffs, the chatter I had on during that stream, again today making jokes about me throwing bricks at him, but it's a fucking joke because I don't throw brick. Like I can have fun with it, you know. Jib seems to have no fucking sense of humor. You know, he seems to. Sorry, he has a sense of humor about insulting people he doesn't like. Doesn't seem to have any sense of humor about himself or his own side, where I do. Right? I can be self-deprecating. I can joke about stereotypes on the left and all that shit. He doesn't seem to have that ability at all about himself or on the right. And he is not this fucking political right-wing hero he paints himself out to be. Certainly not some fucking First Amendment fucking hero where he's trying to fucking suppress fucking speech and spread false allegations about people. So it is what it is. All right. Let's see. And then when Stormy ran the Stormy, huh? What's up, Crow? What's going on, my man? Or woman, sorry. So Chris, Matt, while you guys are here, whoever's here, I'm gonna throw this out there. I actually enjoyed having that. I think it was the second time I had a panel, and you know, I have guests, but I usually don't have like, you know, a big panel like that. Only, like I said, it's only the second time. I liked it. I want to do more of it. I have an idea for a second one that I want to do soon, maybe even this weekend. I do have the political show on Sunday night, and the show with the pineapple Saturday afternoon, so it might be hard. And I know some of you guys go live too, so but I dude, I have a theory that Antifa doesn't even exist. I really do. So thanks, Mr. Blue Sky. Matt, I don't know if you know this. My name at one point, Brandon Deft and I have actually become, you know, not saying real life, but in this universe online, good friends. I consider him one of my better friends in the Dabbleverse. I think he considers me one of his better friends. He didn't like me at first, or thought he wasn't going to like me, because at one point my name was Antifa Mumbling Nick. And there was a reason for it, and I finally explained to him what it was. I think he thought I was in Antifa. Honestly, like, I don't think Antifa exists, so it's like it was kind of an inside joke. There was another reason. Anyway, I had to keep changing my name because people kept copying my accounts and pretending they were me. I think I've told you before. I was for the longest time just Mumbling Nick. And then when there were multiple fake Mumbling Nick accounts, I changed the profile pic and changed my name, hoping it would take them a while to catch on so I could at least stand out and know it was the real me for a little while. So at one point I changed it to Antifa Mumbling Nick. Again, there's a reason I don't want to say publicly. If I trust you enough, I'll tell you the reason later on. But also part of it was tongue in cheek, because I don't like, I know there are like protests and rallies where people wear the balaclava, they wear all black, say they're anti-fascist and all that. But my point is, there's no real organization. There's no leader of Antifa. There's no chapters of It's just like people kind of get together, these mixed groups. So I'm not saying they don't exist, but they don't like exist in the way people think they do. So anyway, it was kind of a joke. So, but it was funny looking, because Def finally told me, he's like, the reason, I thought you were in Antifa. It's like, no, dude, I just had to keep changing my name, and that was one of the fucking names I went with. Partly, like I said, there's another reason. Then there's like the reason they don't exist, and also at the time, I haven't always worn the Guy Fawkes mask. That kind of evolved to my thing, but I used to wear just kind of like the ones that the Antifa and the ICE agents wear, just all black, whatever. So that's the mask I wore, and it looked like an Antifa mask. So that's why I called myself Antifa Mumbling Nick. But no, I am not in Antifa. Don't think they exist. But anyway, my idea. What are we talking about before I get to my idea? I was talking about a confrontation I had with Cutter the Jib. His name's, if you know him, Rock Talk Live. because he made a post about me that was defamatory and not true. So anyway, that's a lot of it had to do with that. So for a future panel, I was in very early because I don't want to lose momentum on it. Having a panel on, and this actually might be a bad thing because it's gonna go against what I like to do. So I might have to think about it actually, but I'll tell you the idea anyway. Because I'm like I said, I'm not usually a big left versus right person. I try to ally with my fellow working class righties, to punch up. That's what I like to do. But obviously, there's a lot of left versus right going on right now. So this is more of a fun idea I had, but I got like in a little Twitter back and forth with someone today about cancel culture. And I think it'd be and Echo and I were actually supposed to do like one-off members only shows on this like twice, and then we always change the subject matter. But I know you guys are gonna disagree with me. That's why I think this could be interesting. And cancel culture is not as serious as like the violence. You know, some people on the left think the right are more violent. Some people on the right think the left are more violent. If we have that discussion, that could get kind of contentious. And I'm actually someone that thinks whether you're left, right, or center doesn't have anything to fucking do with it. So it's not really something I could contribute in too much. I could throw out stats and numbers, but whatever. But what might be more fun is cancel culture. Is the left more into cancel culture or is the right? Obviously, I know you guys are going to say the left. I've actually always thought the right is more cancel culture-y. Not saying both sides don't have it, but I actually think the right's desire and ability for cancel culture is highly underrated. So I thought it might be fun to have a little panel on that. Like not as serious as the other left versus right topics going on right now. So anyway, if any of you end up interested, let me know. And I'm going to try and do that soon. Just looking for lives on YouTube. What's up? What's going on? So many panels. Yeah. Well, I'm by myself. I had a panel the other night. Are you it happens. Are you from the Dabbleverse, Crow? Do you know about the Dabbleverse? If not, you're gonna have no idea what's going on the show. So Dabbleverse is a little online community, kind of focused around some people that used to be on Howard Stern, mostly Stuttering John. Some people that used to be on you got Opie and Anthony, stuff like that. I think Sunday we're gonna do one on UAPs. Oh, cool. The right does it for more sexuous transgressions. No clue. Yeah, sorry. That's why you're gonna have no clue what's going on in this. So I had a panel the other day on the Charlie Kirk situation. We had lefties and righties talking about it. It was pretty good. But the Dabbleverse, my show kind of exists in the Dabbleverse, which is more like ball busting comedic shit. And I do have one of those shows, but my other show I do they're not really shows. Obviously there's no production here. But I do live streams on politics because people seem to be interested in politics in the Dabbleverse, even though that's not what it's based around. It's based around kind of like shock jock comedy and ball busting and all that shit. And it's been interesting for me because the Dabbleverse is mostly right wing, and I'm not. Which panel is talking? I'm talking. There's no panel. Hold on. Let me make this easy for you. Hi. That's it. I'm talking. There's nobody else on here. Was watching a video, but yeah, if you like and subscribe to the channel, maybe you'll find something you like. But you'll find a panel from the other night. But no, I have two main streams I do. One is called Dabbling in Politics. You can find all those videos on a playlist. Political stuff, mostly in the Devilverse, and there is another one called I Will Try My Best, which is kind of like a mixed bag, but that's more Devilverse stuff. So, like I said, the Devilverse is just kind of like this online community. Thanks, Mr. Blue Sky. I gotta have you on one of these days, Mr. Blue Sky. You had one of my favorite Jake Hudson appearances ever. I gotta remember which one it was because it was so funny. One of the only people who are able to bust Jake's balls and get him angry, but literally in the most innocent fucking way. It was fucking funny. All right. Holy shit. Yeah, I gotta get to bed. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, this turned into something I didn't expect. I expected to go for 15 or 20 minutes. You know what? Since it turned into a video, let me end it with one of my songs. Should this be a dabbling in politics? Nah, we'll do it. I will try my best. Even though it was a lot of political talk, it was mostly a bitch session about somebody else in the Dabbleverse. Yeah, so again, I was just looking to, even though I was doing it live, I was originally looking just to make like a 20-minute live video to post in response to Jib. But instead, I'll just comment on it. Don't end. Yeah, I know, man. Sorry. 4:30 where I am. But yeah, I don't know if you're trolling or not, but if you're not, like I said, like and subscribe, and you can get into other Dabbleverse stuff. There are a lot better shows than mine. Trust me. You might like some of it. What is this verse? Yeah, there's a, you know what? Hold on. If you hang on for 1 second, I'm trying to remember. Somebody made a video trying to explain how the Dabbleverse started. They never made a part 2, but their first video was really fucking good. I can't remember who the fuck it was. I was about to post it for you. But all right. I'll try and be quick. I don't know if you know who Stuttering John is from the Howard Stern show. Sheet Shitterson. Thank you, Matt. But he turned into a fucking train wreck, and the thing was kind of created around him. It's called the Dabbleverse because somebody asked him if he dabbled in comedy, and he got so offended, dabbling in stand-up or whatever, because he thinks he's like some killer stand-up. But it's pretty much started because he can't take a joke, but he's a fucking mess. There's other people that are a mess in this fucking thing. People take sides. It's fucking weird. All right. There is the link. Mr. Crow or Mrs. Crow, if you want to check it out, that it'll explain how the Dabbleverse started. Part 2 was supposed to come out to explain what the Dabbleverse is. It has never come out, but at the end, they kind of show all the big shows in the Dabbleverse. There are tons of, it keeps expanding. There's a ton of smaller channels now. Obviously, I'm one of the small ones, but they're interesting. If hold on, let me put another link in there for you real quick, in case you're interested. Obviously, this is my channel, but there's another channel I do a show on. I could actually do it later this afternoon. And we actually watch clips from Dabbleverse shows, comment on them, and have a rating system for the clips. So you can kind of learn some Dabbleverse shows if you're interested as well. Boop. There you go. There's my friend Echo Pineapple's channel. I'll be on that particular show 3 this afternoon. All right. Anyway, it's going on way too long. Thank you all for showing up. Nick, did you see Joey C on? Yeah, I didn't watch it, unfortunately. I got to go back and watch. Echo told me that I may have inadvertently helped Joey because I guess John brought up some political questions and Joey was actually able to answer them. Yeah, Crow, we have this character in the Dabbleverse called Joey C. He's, whether you like him or hate him, he's fucking hilarious. He's a fucking Chicago Italian stereotype. Go fucking crazy. Joey C's got a temper. But he's always running one I don't know, one bit or scam or another, but he's running for president. He literally signed up to run for president. So I had him on my political show. It was fucking funny. That's one of the. Actually, I don't even know if that episode's available. I got to look into that. I got a strike thing on it, saying it's unavailable in certain areas. There's like a small section I have to edit out. It was ironic. It's at the end where Ava sent me a video to play for Joey. Where Ava sent a video to play for Joey to ask, and there's like clips of like Hulk Hogan and the Iron Sheik in it. And I apparently got to edit out a few seconds of it to get this strike thing removed. So I don't even know if that video is even available, but that was probably my most, did I crow? Yeah, no, it sucks, Crow. There's so many trolls. I don't know if you're playing with me or not, but if you're sincere, come back. It's a fun place. If not, just keep you trolling. That's fine too. But no, I get it, dude. I actually stumble upon these shows that look like mine in different verses that I have fucking no idea why they showed up on my thing. So I actually do believe you. But there's just so much trolling going in here, you never fucking know. But yeah, it can be a toxic place, but there's a lot of good people here. You just have to know who to stay away from. But a lot of the shows are hangs. The big shows are, even the big shows aren't that big. There'll be a few hundred people in there. But Nick, someone showed up at my stream last week and trolled me, and they said the same thing. Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. It could honestly, like, I'm just saying, it's possible. I have also had random streams. I have no idea why they showed up on my thing, but also there are so many trolls. Could be a troll. Anyway, so I'm trying to play both ends, buddy. If it's not a troll, I'm trying to be nice. If it is a troll, I'm letting them know I might be on to you. So either way, it is what it is. All right, that is it. Thank you guys for showing up. I am OG Mumbling Nick. Please like and please like and subscribe if you don't mind. That's why I'm called Mumbling Nick. I am OG Mumbling Nick on X, OG Mumbling Nick on YouTube. And as I said, I do the one scheduled show I do on my channel is every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, dabbling in politics with my co-host Liquid Cryptid. And said every Saturday, it's actually not every Saturday anymore. Every third Saturday, but it will be this Saturday today. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I do Between Two Hacks on Echo Pineapple's channel. And I do, I guess I'll just end up calling this one I Will Try My Best, which is my second show, which is just random shit that I feel like talking about. Pretty much the any show I'm not doing with Liquid Cryptid on politics will be I Will Try My Best. I do need to try and get more set schedules, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks guys, and see some of you tomorrow. And Matt, if you're gonna stream tomorrow night, let me know. I'll watch you. All right, take it easy. To all of you. Fuck the guy that shot Charlie Kirk. Forget his name. But free Luigi. Peace. Damn it. Hey, ladies of the Dabbleverse. I'm good at eating pussies.
Mumbling Nick in the back room, Clary. Cool pineapples rolls too straight to bear. If the Z said cake, you've got some flair. Time to break the chains and take the air. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No more scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No more scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Interviews roll, stories unfold. Mumbling no more, his voice turns bold. Mr. C cheers from the sidelines cold. Ain't no pineapple left in the cold. Now the studio's his, the future bright. Nick's own podcast is guiding light. No more whispers, his tone takes flight. He's soaring now with all his might.
Taz, if you want me to go down on you, I will. I'll try my best.